The secret passenger. A man boarded a train alone, but when he reached his destination, police told him he had traveled with someone who didn't officially exist. Daniel loved traveling at night. The train was almost empty. He found a quiet seat by the window. Outside, heavy rain covered the tracks. Everything seemed peaceful. An old ticket inspector walked by. He checked Daniel's ticket. Then he looked at the empty seat beside him. He frowned. "You are traveling alone?" he asked. Daniel nodded. The inspector looked confused. He slowly walked away. Daniel thought nothing of it. Hours passed. The lights flickered. The train entered a long tunnel. For a few seconds, everything went completely dark. When the lights returned, Daniel noticed something strange. A black leather bag was sitting on the seat beside him. He was sure it hadn't been there before. He looked around. No one seemed to notice. The bag looked old. Its lock was broken. Curiosity won. Daniel opened it. Inside were old photographs, a silver pocket watch, and a small notebook. The notebook belonged to someone named Edward Miller. Every page described a train journey. The last entry stopped suddenly. "If anyone finds this, don't trust the passenger beside you." Daniel felt cold. He quickly looked at the empty seat. It was still empty. Or was it? For a brief second, he thought he saw someone sitting there. A man wearing a dark coat. His face was hidden. Daniel blinked. The seat was empty again. His heart raced. The train entered another tunnel. Darkness filled the carriage. This time, he heard breathing. Very close. Right beside him. The lights returned. Nothing. Only the bag remained. Daniel decided to ask the conductor. He carried the bag through the train. The conductor listened carefully. Then his face turned pale. He whispered, "Where did you find this?" Daniel explained. The conductor slowly sat down. "This bag belonged to a passenger who disappeared 20 years ago. No body was ever found. The train never stopped." Daniel laughed nervously. "It must be some old story." The conductor didn't smile. He pointed behind Daniel. Daniel turned. The seat at the end of the carriage was occupied. A man in a dark coat. Watching him. Without moving. Without blinking. Daniel hurried back to his seat. The stranger was gone. Only a train ticket lay on the floor. The date printed on it was impossible. October 14, 2006. Exactly 20 years earlier. The train finally reached the station. Police officers were waiting. One officer asked, "Are you Daniel Carter?" "Yes." The officer looked serious. "Our security cameras show you talking to someone during the journey." Daniel frowned. "I was alone." The officer showed him the footage. Daniel froze. He was sitting beside a man in a dark coat. They appeared to be talking for nearly an hour. But Daniel remembered speaking to no one. The officer searched for the stranger. No ticket. No identity. No record. Only the black leather bag remained. Inside the notebook, a new sentence had appeared. Written in fresh ink. "Thank you for keeping my seat warm." Daniel looked around the station. Among the crowd, a man in a dark coat smiled at him. Then disappeared. No one else seemed to notice. The end.